I am so excited to share with you today information about spiritual warfare prep online workshop. Last year we studied the book and it was just a study guide. And when I tell you it exceeded my expectations, it also exceeded the expectations of those who registered for the workshop last year. Now, when we did it, the book only had 15 chapters, and it was not a study guide and workbook combined. And the interaction was phenomenal. This year, the Lord had laid upon my heart to increase the information that was in all of the chapters that we studied last year. So the 15 chapters that we studied, information was added to those, and an additional 3 chapters were added. So this book is, when I tell you, it's extremely informative. And I am encouraging you today to enroll for this workshop. It is an investment in your spiritual life. We all have to fight the enemy of our souls. There's no if, and, but, or maybes about that. We are all engaged in a spiritual war, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. That is why we were told to put on the whole arm of God. Why? Because we are engaged in a warfare. And we were also told that we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, which means we're not fighting each other. But we're wrestling against principalities. We're wrestling against spiritual wickedness in high places. We're wrestling against rulers of the darkness of this world. So there is a battle that we're engaged in. And this online workshop is to help you to become more equipped and more skillful in your spiritual warfare. So Spiritual Warfare Prep Online Workshop is a workshop that you don't want to miss. And guess what? This year it's being offered at an introductory special. Now some people were able to catch the 15% off early bird because we have been advertising it for quite some time, and a few people jumped on that. Which means that the original price of $225, they did not pay. They paid $191.25. However, that time has already passed. So there's no more early bird. But you still win because you are able to catch the introductory special. What do I mean by that? But you see, this year we're offering it for $225. But next year, Spiritual Warfare Prep Online Workshop will be going for $400. We're not offering it for the full price this year, but next year, yes, indeed, it will be the full price. And so we encourage you to jump on this special. And why is it a special? Because you're getting 18 online classes consisting of at minimum 90 minutes. We might even go to probably 2 hours, depending on the level of interaction and discussions we have with each other during the class, because we entertain the questions and we do our best to answer them. So what can you expect to learn if you register for Spiritual Warfare Online Workshop? Well, first of all, this workshop is impactful, loaded with information. We got some charts, we got some pictures to help you to even understand what we're trying to convey. You will learn the importance of preparing yourself for spiritual warfare. We will address discipleship and mentorship because that is very essential. We will address your heart. Yeah, from the heart flows all the issues of life. And having a pure heart is of grave importance. So yes, we will be discussing your motives. We will discuss envy and jealousy, unforgiveness, all the emotional sins, the things that stagnate us in our spiritual walk. What else will you learn if you enroll for Spiritual Warfare Online Workshop? Well, you will understand what is deliverance. Because deliverance is not what we've been witnessing for years. For example, that crying that we hear, and that screaming, and the repetitious falling on the floor. That is not deliverance. So we will understand from this workshop what is spiritual deliverance. What else can you learn when you enroll for this class? We will address giants. Oh yes, we will be talking about the Nephilim, the fallen angels, and what was their agenda. We will also teach you the difference between demons and principalities. Because we have this tendency of coming up against, I bind every demon. I bind the spiritual wickedness in high places. And we like to say, we bind Satan. You understand? So we're going to understand what is principalities, what are rulers of the darkness of this world, whether we have the right to bind Satan, and what level of authority we have. So yes, this is a thorough online workshop. When I'm telling you, questions can be asked, answers will be given, and everything will be scriptural based. Of course, we will let you know when it's just our conviction or our persuasion. But for the most part, the Holy Scriptures will be our guideline to answer all questions that are being addressed. Most certainly, if you register for a spiritual warfare online workshop, we will be addressing Leviathan. Oh, we can't have a Bible study workshop without addressing Leviathan. You're going to learn how this spirit operates. We're going to touch on that. And what else are we going to deal with? Dreams. Where do they come from? And do they require our understanding? Can we just ignore some of them? Do all dreams come from God? Are some dreams an implant in our spirit from the enemy? We're going to discuss these things about dreams. And none of us can deny that we hear voices. We all hear voices. That mental intrusion. And the danger with us ignoring them, thinking it would just go away. No, they come for a purpose. We hearing that voice for a purpose. Seeds being planted, mindsets being shifted. All of this have to do with spiritual warfare. You will also learn how to skillfully use your spiritual armor. And whether you are a frontline warrior, are you just an intercessor or a medic? Because some of you cannot go on the battlefield. You're not ready yet. And that is why we're going to address, like I said earlier, the need to prepare. You will also learn the various kingdoms that are at war and much, much more. I'm not going to give you all of the information. The topics that are going to be covered, it's on our website at wam-intl.org. Like I said earlier, some people already caught the 15% off early bird. That ended on the 16th of July. But registration is still open, and that closes on the 8th of August. However, you still get the opportunity to catch a special, because this workshop is being offered at an introductory price of $225, and next year it's going for $400. We are offering you 18 classes online, and you get a certificate at the end. 18 online classes, at minimum 90 minutes per session. 90 minutes per session. Thorough study of spiritual warfare. I'm encouraging you to register. And that price includes materials. You get a spiritual warfare tote bag, you get a wristband, and you get a nice, good, thick study guide and workbook with graphics on the inside, and it's color. So invest in your spiritual life. I promise you, you won't regret it. Not because I'm teaching it, but because you need the information. We need to know what we don't know and why these cycles have been repetitious. Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of fasting and praying and you didn't get the results you sought? Aren't you tired of just quoting those scriptures and not seeing what you expected to happen? So learn where you're falling short. Stop getting frustrated. Stop thinking that God don't want you to be victorious. Stop thinking that God don't want you to have it. Stop thinking that God don't want you to be healed. Stop thinking that it's not now for you to live as more than a conqueror. Learn what you don't know. Come to this workshop, and with this information, your sword will be sharpened. With this information, your soul will be edified. With this information that you're going to learn, you will become more skillful. Registration closes on the 8th of August. You can register at wam-intl.org. If you require more information, please reach out to us. Our email address is on the screen. You can contact us from our website. We want you in this class. And yes, I must stress this. Seats are limited. And we have limited seats for all of our workshops because a crowded workshop means that we're denying people the opportunity to ask the necessary questions and for us to give them the kind of explanations or information that they need to better understand what we're offering. So we always limit our seats to give us time for people to share their experiences and to ask the much needed questions. So please get your seat. Don't forget, next year, it won't be an introductory special. It will be going for $400. So even though you missed the early bird, you still get to catch the special. God bless you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And some of the seats are already gone. So get your seat. Get that knowledge. Sharpen your sword. Sharpen your sword. Because it's time to engage in spiritual warfare at another level. It's time for you to be more than a conqueror. It's time for you to see the effect of your prayers, the effect of your fasting, the effect of your faith. Victory can be yours. Come and learn what you don't know. I need to know. God bless you.